Hey guys, it's Joel here, aka Gallucks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is all about how I make money or how I afford luxury, high-end streetwear. This has been a major topic of discussion on my channel for quite a while now, people leaving in the comments below, so I thought I'd address the issue and give you guys some insight into my kind of career or job, as it were. The first questions that people ask when they find out what I do, when I'm like, oh, I'm like a creator, I make YouTube videos, I'm a blogger, I post on Instagram a lot. Their response is, oh, and you can make money from that. And it's like, well, yeah, it's been my full-time job for like a year and 3 months now, and it was the best decision of my life. So I'm going to take you back to the basics, what I kind of did as a career growing up. The moment I started making money from my content online, and the specifics of how exactly I make that kind of money. I really hope that you can appreciate my honesty on this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well, and let's get stuck in. So I thought I'd just read out some of the comments that I get here on my channel. It's not like a Q&A, I'm just going to go through these comments and then talk about it. How does he afford all of this with 40k subs? How do you afford Gucci and Off-White shit? Not hating, but how do you have the money for this? What do you do for a job? How are you affording to receive packages every day? What work are you doing to be able to even have time to do this? And I just hope it's understood that millions would dream to be able to do this and never be able to. This thread killed me. What do you do for a living besides YouTube? It's mummy and daddy money. He works something. He works retail. And then I mentioned a few videos ago, I was like, would you like to see a video talking all about money and all that kind of stuff? And a lot of you guys were like, yes, so here it is. Because I started YouTube after blogging, I always refer to myself as a blogger, but technically my most followed platform is Instagram, so am I an Instagrammer, am I a YouTuber, am I a blogger? I just think all the things kind of link up into one kind of creator vibe. So for starters, I'm not rich, mummy and daddy aren't rich, they haven't funded my YouTube passion or my Instagram goals or whatever. I started working from a young age. I started working when I was at college. I worked in a Chinese restaurant just outside of Stockport whilst I was at college, part-time for 2 years. When I was at uni, I had to get, student loan. I had to get a job. I worked at a bar. I went to Chichester University and I worked at the student union bar, so if you're in Chichester Uni, I used to work at the SU. Straight after uni, I tried to get jobs in retail in London. I stayed in my friend's spare room for 2 months. I had 8 different interviews. Some of my favourite shops, I interviewed at Top Man, Opening Ceremony when it was in Covent Garden, some little boutiques, pubs even, and no one would give me a job. It was literally no job for you. And it was so funny because I actually started blogging when I was at college. My blog used to be called The Hallowed Ground. It was pretty rubbish, but you have to start somewhere. So I was gently blogging throughout college, university, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I never dropped it completely. I was always posting now and again. And I think it was in university that the first brand ever contacted me and was like, hey, we love your blog, we'd love to send you some t-shirts. And I was like, hold the phone. They want to send me t-shirts? They want to send me something for free just so I could post about it, on my little blog? I was like, who even reads my blog? I don't think anyone even read it. That was mind blown. This blogging thing is actually taking off. So I started to put more effort into my blog because I had no money. I didn't have money for clothes. I didn't have money to go out with my mates. I often had to say no at uni because I was like, I don't have any money. I was working a lot, so if I wasn't working, I was just at home and I would just do blog posts and stuff like that. Because I thought, in my head, I was like, if I blog more, the brands that I will hopefully want to send me clothes and work with me. And that was a way for me to it was like a side hobby to just clothe myself. And I would never ever, and still to this day, never ever accept anything if I wouldn't ever wear it. It's not my style or I don't really like it, and I never work with a brand that I don't completely agree with or like their style or whatever. And that integrity is so important. You can see when bloggers, YouTubers or whatever work with a brand that they're not comfortable with, you can tell completely. So after uni, my friend who's a stylist who I had on Facebook simply because of blogging, crossing paths, she asked me if I wanted to be her assistant simply based on my Instagram and blog stuff. She knew that I was interested in fashion and style and menswear and stuff like that, so I became her assistant. She was called Ricky Finley and she was amazing. I did 8 months with her as her assistant. We did X Factor, all these other bands, styling them and stuff like that. So I learned a lot about industry and how PR work and how brands work and how the music industry works, and all the time still blogging or whatever. It was around that time that I went ham on the blog. I was especially working in styling as well, I just felt really inspired all the time, so I would just be posting constantly on my blog, on my Instagram, and it was kind of a joke at the time with all the staff on the X Factor. It's oh, who has the most Instagram followers, who can, you know, get the most likes and stuff. And that kind of friendly competition really spurred me on. All that time though, I still didn't make any money from my blog. It was purely a hobby, just investing time into something that I love to do. Didn't even think about making money from it. Like it never even touched my mind. I started working with my friend. Actually, my friend Olivia got me the job at this app. I'll leave a link to Olivia's Instagram in the description below. Olivia's awesome. Because we were working together, we were like shooting each other all the time, like outfits nearly every day. We were like, it's like some kind of drug. You're like, shoot my outfit, let's take it, like let's put it online. Like, and you feel guilty when you don't post on your blog or your Instagram or now YouTube. You get this overwhelming sense of guilt because no one's making you do it, but it's you that wants to do it. So like, there's a lot of self-motivation involved in, you know, doing this kind of full time. Then I started working at Net-a-Porter through my friend Tom, who's my one of my best friends and my main photographer for my blog. And that job I got through my Instagram account by showing that I could style products like in flat lays and stuff like that. All the jobs I had kind of were up through my blog and Instagram as well. So the internet literally changed my life. It allows you to show people what you're made of or what you can do and your interests and passion and stuff like that. So even if you're not getting paid for the posts or for the videos or whatever, you never know who is going to watch it, who is going to see it, what kind of opportunities will come from it. So for me, it's been a massive catalyst in my life, and I hate when people hate on Instagram, YouTube or blogging, because I'm like, my entire life has been changed through this and created through this. And it's been for the best, 3000%. So just don't knock it, because it literally can change lives. And then when I was at Net-a-Porter and stuff, obviously I was doing 2 blog posts a week. I was trying to kickstart YouTube. That's when I made a YouTube channel. I wanted to make a YouTube channel at the start of university. I actually made some videos. They're private on my YouTube account, and they're literally just me in a mirror showing my outfit, outfit of the day kind of thing. I was too embarrassed, so I hid the videos so you couldn't see them, and never really touched it again until I felt like I wanted something more from blogging and Instagram. I was like, I want to talk to the people that are reading this kind of stuff. So when I was at Net-a-Porter, I think I hit 20,000 followers on Instagram. Bloggers, Instagrammers, YouTubers get emails from brands being like, hey, we want to send you this stuff, can you make a video about it? Can you do an Instagram post about it? Because they want some exposure on your platform or your audience. I've been building my audience for literally 7 years over on my blog, 5 years over on my Instagram, 2 years with you guys here on YouTube, and I'm not ever about to jeopardize that for any sort of money or any sort of free thing. Nothing is ever free. That's the thing that I tell a lot of starting off bloggers and YouTubers as well. If a brand wants to send you something, it's because they want exposure on your platform. I got around 20,000 followers on Instagram, and I was getting constant emails every day. I just want to post about outfits that I really like, or brands that I love, pieces that I really love, because that's how it started and how it still is as well. So it got to the point where if a brand wanted to work with me or whatever, I was so busy doing my full-time job, 9 to 6, every Monday to Friday, with doing my blogging as well. And then brands oh, can you do this for this date at this time? And it's well, you're gonna have to pay me. If the brand wants this to happen, then they kind of have to give you a bit of money, for your time and effort that's gone into it. So that is when I started kind of getting paid. Also as well, I was really unhappy in my job. I don't like the whole corporate system of companies. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of that whole work scene. And I don't know what it was. I thought it was me. I was oh, maybe everyone hates their job. Maybe everyone is just lying to themselves and everyone literally hates their job. But I was talking to people and they actually love their job. We were doing the same job, and I was well, there's something wrong here if I'm not enjoying myself. But I absolutely love blogging. So at that time in my head, I was if I can make blogging into my full-time career, then maybe I'll finally be happy. And literally, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. But I'm gonna get really emotional and wet right now. But it's so much fun. I love creating content. I was doing it anyway, not being paid. So to be paid for it as well is literally the best feeling in the world. I'm able to live and afford my life, rent, food and stuff like that, from doing something that I love. And I feel if you're not happy in your job, it's definitely worth looking for the right kind of job that makes you feel happy, because there's nothing else like it. You find a job that you love, you never have to work a day in your life. And it's so true. This doesn't feel like work to me, but it is. So a bit into the nitty-gritty as well, because I said that's what I will talk about. The main ways that I make money are: 1, sponsored content, whether it be a sponsored video, and I'm completely honest with you guys in a video, I'll be this video is sponsored by blah blah blah. Paid Instagram posts, or making money through YouTube views. There's quite a few different ways that I make money. It's all like little bits here and there. So another one is affiliate links. So if you guys shop the links in my videos, which I've spoken about in videos before and said like, look guys, if you shop these links down below, and if you buy something, then I'll make a small commission. It's literally tiny. There's also what major websites do using affiliate links to like redirect traffic and stuff like that. And it's just the store giving you a small commission. It's like when you go into Selfridges and you buy something from a salesperson. The salesperson is like, oh, this fit you really well or whatever, or it's like really helpful. It's the same kind of idea, so it's like a tiny online commission. But yeah, it's a lot of little kind of revenue streams, and then like it's also very risky because I don't have a fixed income. I don't get paid every month. I just get paid every once in a while, depending on specific jobs and stuff like that. Sometimes I have to wait like 90 days for a payment, sometimes 60 days, mostly 30 days. And that's any kind of freelance worker out there, like freelance photographers, freelance illustrators. So that's kind of how that world works a little bit more. And also then talking about high-end luxury, I save a lot. I make sure I put money to the side for I've got to pay my own taxes because I'm self-employed. I have to save up money for clothes. I also see clothes as an investment because if like, say like the Balenciaga sneakers I got recently, I think like I can show them to you guys. I'll wear them so much because I really like them. And I see it as an investment. As a creator, I don't have that many outgoings. I have to pay my rent, I have to pay for food, pay for camera equipment and stuff like that. But that's kind of it, you know? I'm very fortunate and lucky to not have a lot of outgoings, but also I think we as humans create our own luck. You know, if you wake up every day thinking everything's gonna be shit, then it's probably gonna be shit. But if you wake up every day with hope or like trying to make something better or trying to make your life better, then you create your own luck in that sense. And the more you put out positivity, I think more positive things happen. If you're gonna do this as a full-time job, you have to look at it as a business as well. If you don't get paid, then you can't pay your rent, and then you don't have a house. Anyone that creates content online, I take my hat off to you because I know how tough it can be. I know how much hard work it is, especially to turn it into a full-time career. Like anyone that can do that, well done, really, because I know what it's like. I also want to say a huge thank you to you guys, because without you guys then this wouldn't be my full-time job. I've genuinely made proper friends with like a lot of you guys, so I just feel like so happy that I can have a career out of connecting with you guys, making friends, and just having one big kind of happy family here on YouTube. So yeah, I just want to say thank you. This was incredibly wet, I'm so sorry, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, and if you do have any more questions, then don't be afraid to ask, just leave them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to everyone. Thanks so much for watching guys, bye!